Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're getting stuck into a cricket match that, well, it started tight but ended up as an absolute demolition job, a real lesson in pressure.
That's right. We're looking at the Parthasarathy Shield, 3rd Division B Zone G Garnet Cricket Club versus Hunters XC. This was played on a Sunday down at Sumangali Turf A in Chennai.
And what we want to do today, for you listening, is really unpack how Garnet managed to turn what looked like a pretty solid total into this huge, huge win. And why did Hunters XC just fall apart so dramatically in the chase?
Yeah, it's fascinating. It kicks off with Hunters XC winning the toss. Bright Sunday morning, maybe a bit in the pitch early. They chose to bowl first.
Right, the classic move. Put the opposition in, try and keep them maybe around 200, 210, something like that. Chase it down later.
Exactly, the thinking you'd imagine. But as we'll see, maybe that decision kind of set the stage for what unfolded.
Okay, so Garnet CC are batting first. How did their innings start? Did they fly out of the blocks?
Not quite. Actually, a bit of a shaky start. The opener, Jonathan S., he was gone pretty quickly. Just 4 runs off 7 balls. Caught off Abhinav Balaji.
Ah, okay. So early wicket, Hunters XC feeling pretty good about their decision then.
You'd think so. But then came the key phase, really. The wicketkeeper, Rajan R., came in and, well, he dug in. He built this crucial partnership with Abhilash AV.
How crucial are we talking? What did they put on?
They added 58 runs together. And that was massive because it just calmed everything down after that early loss. It steadied the ship, you know.
Yeah, 58 runs. That takes this sting out right out of that early breakthrough. Tell me about their approaches. Rajan R., the keeper.
He was the main man. Really anchored the innings, scored 82, came off 98 balls. So not like blazing fast, but proper application. Hit 4 fours and a 6 in there too.
So determined is the word. 82 off 98 in a 50-over game. That's a serious contribution. What about Abhilash at the other end?
He played the supporting role perfectly, made 24 off 40 balls, focused on, rotating the strike, keeping the board ticking over, exactly what Rajan needed, until Tamaz Dasan trapped him LBW. So that partnership broke in, and that actually triggered a bit of a wobble for Garnet.
Ah, the middle overs hiccup. Who went quickly?
Well, Society of You didn't last long, and then Vivek R., he actually looked quite good, hit 17 off just 15 balls, quite punchy.
Oh, quick runs then.
Yeah, but he got out too. So suddenly a couple of quick wickets fall, and then the big one, Rajan R. himself departs. Garnet are 161 for 7 at that point.
Right, 161 for 7. Now, if you're Hunters XC, you're thinking, what?
You're thinking, job done, we've got them 7 down, we can definitely keep them under 200 now. That's almost certainly the mindset.
That makes sense. They'd feel they wrestled back control after that big partnership.
Exactly. But this is where I think the psychology really shifted, because Garnet's lower order didn't just fold, they fought back.
Okay, so who are the key players down the order? Because getting from 161 for 7 to a competitive total takes some doing.
It does. First, Divakar R played a really valuable innings, 23 off 33 balls, kept things moving. But the real stand, the one that must have just frustrated Hunters XC, was the one involving Suresh Babu M.
Tell me about him.
He played brilliantly, showed real grit, ended up 34 not out off 53 deliveries. Just wouldn't give his wicket away.
Okay, 34 not out. That's a significant contribution from number 8 or 9, presumably.
Absolutely. And then Bhupalan S came in towards the end and chipped in with a quick fire 12 not out off just 10 balls.
Ah, so a bit of impetus right at the death?
Exactly. They put on 22 runs together, unbeaten for that 8th wicket. I think it might have actually been the 9th wicket stand. Let me check. Yes, 9th wicket stand. Pushed the total up to 235 for 8 in their 50 overs.
Wow, 235. That feels quite different from maybe, say, 210 or 215, doesn't it? Those last 20-odd runs.
They feel huge, especially when the fielding side thought they had the innings wrapped up. It's demoralizing. Suddenly 236 feels like a much tougher ask.
But credit to the Hunters bowlers, they did take 8 wickets. Who stood out for them?
Tamaz Dasan VS was probably the pick. Very tidy figures, 2 for 38 in his 10 overs, bowled with good control.
Anyone else?
Yeah. Siddharth Ravi and Pinubaka Sutej Reddy also got 2 wickets each, so they definitely toiled hard and got rewards, but maybe just couldn't finish the job off right at the end. That lower order resistance was key.
Okay, so innings break. Garnet CC posts 235 for 8. Hunters did need 236 to win. They walk off, maybe feeling a bit deflated they didn't restrict them more.
I think so. That late partnership definitely shifts the mood. Now they need a solid start, controlled aggression.
And did they get it?
Not even close. It wasn't just a bad start. It was chaos, an immediate implosion.
Right, let's get into this chase then. What happened straight away?
Pressure. You could almost feel it from ball one, and it told instantly. Wicket number one, Proceed Ramar, the opener, run out for 3.
A run out. Oh dear, how early was this?
Just 1.6 overs in, score was only 9. A run out that early just screams panic, doesn't it? Poor communication. Nerves.
Absolutely sets the worst possible tone. And did things stabilize after that?
No, the panic just spread like wildfire. The very next ball, effectively, Sheriff Mullen SS is out for a duck.
Gone. A duck. So 2 wickets down for almost nothing.
And then, just a few balls later, the captain, Lawless Chucklingham T, he's out for 5.
Wow. So what's the score now? We're barely started.
The scoreboard is shocking. It reads 12 for 3, 12 runs, 3 wickets down inside the first, 3 overs maybe? The chase is basically in tatters already.
Goodness me. 12 for 3, chasing 236. You're not even thinking about the run rate then, are you? You're just trying to survive.
Exactly. It's damage control from ball one of the chase, almost. And Garnet's bowlers, they just smelled blood. They were all over them.
Who led the attack for Garnet early on?
Jabez Moses J really set the tone. Bold, with superb discipline, just gave nothing away. His figures were something like 1 for 12 off 4 overs, an economy rate of just 3.
Suffocating stuff. Just building pressure, forcing errors.
Precisely. They weren't necessarily looking for magic balls, just relentless pressure. Tight lines, tight links. Let the scoreboard pressure do the work.
And with wickets falling so fast, there's just no chance to build any sort of partnership, is there?
None whatsoever. Every new batter walks in under immense pressure, the situation getting worse and worse. It's a horrible place to be.
So we moved past that initial carnage. Did anyone manage to, try and rebuild or show some fight?
Well, there was one batsman who really tried to stand up to it. Pavig Dario S.A. He dug in.
Okay, Pavik Dario, what did he manage?
He fought really hard, actually. Made 22 runs off 54 balls. You can see the struggle there, facing a lot of deliveries, trying to hold things together.
22? It's something, but it sounds like he was fighting a lone battle.
Completely alone. You look at the scores around him. Samrath B made 1. Dominic Kishore got 6. Every time Pavik looked like he might get a tiny partnership going, poof, another wicket would fall at the other end. Must have been incredibly frustrating for him.
Yeah, you feel for a guy in that situation.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Garnet bowlers are just sharing the wickets around.
Exactly. It wasn't one bowler running through them. It was a complete team effort, which makes it even harder for the batting side. There's no respite.
Let's break down that bowling attack then. We mentioned Jabez Moses early on. Who else chipped in?
Well, Bhupalan S., remember him, scored those useful runs at the end. He came on and bowled really economically, too. Took 1 for 14 from his 5 overs.
Nice all-round contribution from him, then.
Definitely. Then Mithun R. got in on the act, 1 for 17. And then the guy who really put the finishing touches on it, sort of symbolized the clinical nature of the win, was Sasadev U.
Sasadev U didn't score many runs earlier, you mentioned.
Correct. But he came on to bowl and was devastatingly effective.
How were his figures?
Get this. 2 overs, 2 wickets for just 5 runs.
Wow. 2 wickets for 5 runs.
Yep. An economy rate of 2.5. Just came on, cleaned up the tail. Ruthless efficiency. It just summed up the whole Hunter's Tnca innings, really. No resistance left.
So looking back at the Hunter's scorecard, were there any partnerships at all?
Barely. You can count them on one hand, practically. There was one stand of 17 runs, I think, somewhere in the middle.
Okay, 17.
And then right at the very end, almost a face-saving effort, Vinesh M. and Siddharth Ravi put on 26 runs together. But that was for, the 9th wicket, when the game was long, long gone.
So essentially no foundation laid at any point in the chase.
None at all. They never got a base, never allowed themselves a platform to even think about attacking or absorbing the pressure. It was just wicket after wicket.
Which brings us to the final inevitable result. What was the final score?
Hunter's Tnca all out for just 63 runs.
63, all out.
All out for 63 and only 23 overs. Just completely blown away.
So Garnet Cricket Club win, but let me do the math, 172 runs. That's not just a win, that's a thrashing.
It really is. Total dominance. And it all stemmed from building that pressure in the first innings and then just ruthlessly exploiting it in the second.
So the big takeaway from this deep dive, what's the lesson here?
I think it's about momentum and capitalizing on it. Garnet absorbed that early wicket, built that solid platform thanks to Rajan R., and crucially, their lower order didn't give up. They added those vital extra runs, maybe 30 or 40 more than hunters expected.
And that created the psychological edge.
Absolutely. Then, with the ball, they were hyper-disciplined right from the start. They didn't need heroics. They just needed to execute their plans, bowl tight lines, and let the pressure created by the scoreboard do the rest. The panic in the hunters' camp was almost immediate.
So for you listening, it really highlights the importance of, well, depth. Not just relying on your top 2 or 3 batters, but having that fight lower down. And with the ball, it's about relentless shared pressure.
Couldn't agree more. It shows how a competitive total, maybe not a huge one, but a solid one, can become insurmountable if you apply that pressure consistently with the ball and in the field.
Which leaves us with a final thought, doesn't it? Something for you to chew on.
Yeah, think back to that very first decision. Hunters Ximi winning the toss and choosing to bowl. They expected, probably, to chase maybe 200. When Garnet got to 235, did that toss decision suddenly feel like a mistake?
Did it almost double the pressure?
Yeah.
Knowing they'd chosen to chase and now the target was bigger than anticipated.
Exactly. Was that early collapse, starting with the run-out, almost inevitable because the mental burden was already so high before a ball was even bowled in the chase? How much did that initial choice amplify the chaos that followed?
A fascinating question about the mental game, where one decision hours earlier might have just laid the trap. Something to ponder.
Definitely.
All right, that's all we have time for on this deep dive. A story of a solid total becoming an unmitigated rout. We'll catch you next time.